Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I mean, I want to see what the death scene is. They even bothered making an animation for this. Oh, is she bound to the chair or something? After school lesson. Doesn't seem bound to the chair. Wait, is that fertilizing biology? She's getting all wet. Jesus. Oh. And that's how the class trial of Mukuro Ikusawa came to an end. Still had to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent, or regardless, the truth was lost forever. Even for me. Just stopped thinking about it. It was the end of Mukuro's class trial. In the end, it would prove to be our last class trial. Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope Peak ever again! We had obtained peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. Holy Jesus! Peace, but only inside the school! We had, all three of us had kids with her? What the heck? Oh my god! Even Byakuya looks happy! Oh my god! Is that a reverse harem or something? They all banged her! Come on, really? And somehow Toko died. How is that? Oh my god. Peace, but only for us. That was the only hope we had. What happened to Toko? Hope. Hope. Hope? This is hope?
No! This isn't right!
Huh?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
A claim? Oh, that's right. I have to expose Kyoko's lie or not? She's not wrong. I have to think about this. What do I do? Are you serious?
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's...
So it wasn't a bait after all! Jesus! Okay, we continue this. Yeah, we continue this probably on a later instance. Well, kind of like that. I have to cut it up because if you didn't realize by now, I have to cut up those cinematic things because the cinematics have copyright on them. And with copyright, I mean they have a claim, so they monetize. They would monetize basically the whole video if I keep it in one thing. Just to give you a little insight, I think I already said that a few times, but yeah, that's how I have to handle it. So, see you in the next video! And here we are back. What do I do? Yeah, I mean, yeah, let it go, let it go. To believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko
Well,
mentioned.
does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
But that only leaves you.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
Oh, that's Makoto again.
What?
It had to be Makoto, right?
Oh, not me again.
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead, and then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Well, that didn't turn out great. Oh, but at least I got this time. Of course, this is not my true result, because I reload whenever I do a mistake, but I really want to get that full on A. Look at all them medals.
Now, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice, or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I mean, I guess I'm dying now? There's a death scene for me? What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
They got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
It makes perfect sense.
Shing!
It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way. It's a lie.
Thrills, chills, kills!
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment! Wait, why do I... Oh, she doesn't look very good. Let's save here then. Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Will I actually die now? This is the main character though. You can't just kill off the main character. Wait, is that the same death scene? Are you for real? This doesn't make any sense. I mean, so both approaches are wrong. But it seems like it's easy to animate this, otherwise they wouldn't have shown it like that. Wait, are we magically going back? Oh yeah, there, the sperm and fertilizing of the egg. Are we actually... Yeah, I mean, I have the feeling we are magically going back in time. And there was never just a time's up. Oh! Wait, what? Isn't that a deadly fall one way or another?
What?
But Alter Ego saved me! Alter Ego uploaded himself into the mainframe! Just like in Tron! I guess. What's this? What's going on? Hey, what's that? It had to be.
This is...
Alter Ego. Alter Ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? Must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell! I don't believe this!
It would seem...
You finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words,
What I'm saying is you shouldn't have underestimated us. Are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again.
Yaha!
To waste and away in garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Is he gone? Hey Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
calm down.
It's okay, we are not the ones being trapped this time.
In other words,
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
so...
You understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. Massive high school towers over all the other buildings in the bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings the top students from every field imaginable. A government-funded school for privilege. If you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. But this is the beginning of the game. Two things you need to attend the school. You have to already been attending high school. You have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way is if you are scouted by the school itself. Why is this repeating? And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. Well then. Uh, What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. Wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again. And then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. But an awful smell. I was in a vast, dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. It must be some kind of underground garbage pit. Heck of a situation to find myself in. That was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me, and he used up the last bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First I was to start looking for a way out of here. There's not much to look at. Is that an airplane? What's something like that wound up in the school's garbage pit? This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. That's a rocket and a tank. Better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. What if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon? I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next I search for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-round bad idea? Again, pointless. Look, I'm blocked in on all sides. That's still not enough reason to give up, because I'm still alive! As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. It was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left, after not being able to eat or drink. Can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. All I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. What the? Strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me
Hey.
again. First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Oh, that really hit the spot. I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at.
Hmm?
Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Now you have the key, right? Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So,
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. Atone?
you...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So, you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you.
I
abandoned you. Don't say that, you didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive, no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Host Peak Academy for one very important reason. Do you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right, at least I did. Once. Once? Until recently I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? And is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing? Talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. Couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that? Well, they did mention that Monokuma... Well, Sakura mentioned that Monokuma did something to our bodies. So that's probably what Monokuma did to her body?
Hey,
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Saying you think you lost your memory because...
indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? And how would you even do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they won't interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? I could be the mastermind. The mastermind? One of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. And she trusts me because I almost died. In which case it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. Why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I see, I wasn't smart enough. Your intuition was right though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything.
Oh.
My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like the dream I had before, but how did that just happen?
Listen,
Are you okay? Tell her about your dream. Oh yeah, it's nothing. Oh, goddammit. It is nothing, right?
hey,
Maybe I'm a sleeper agent and they only need a code word to activate me or something. Even though I still trust you, you know? It's just I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never ask you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? You able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. I mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. I mean, that much was kinda clear. The ultimate detective?
correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. Of course. And your father would kill you without a second thought. What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Yoko's dad. Is Hope's Peak headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. Find a way.
Huh?
No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
no matter what?
So,
What's going on?
I,
Remember, we hadn't come back at that point. But when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
however,
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear, so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did you see in there?
so,
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. I mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. Is this some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layer of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy, found in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So, what was it like, that part of the school, I mean? It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
so,
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself. And I'm sure you get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important. And really ominous. Are we done?
however,
Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the west of the building. It had to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're white, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then who did kill her?
anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. Mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? Makes it sound like Mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? You mean... during the night?
I
can hear them, you know? The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms, and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell. I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I went into your room and I saw what was happening. How could he open the door? There must have been another all-purpose key. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't it create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? Yes, there's no doubt Mokuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. Talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, which is definitely not what happened in this school. There are a lot of tragic events, like, well, you know, 2 countries come to mind that almost committed genocide to an entire race. 2 countries, not one. As much as they want to deny it and blame the other country to be the only cool country. But I won't drop any names. The tragedy, whoever is responsible for that, they are the ultimate despair?
It would seem...
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. And they
Indeed.
are, make no mistake, they are the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Oh yeah, none died. Well then, that was fun, in a way. Dream Island Rocket. Well then.